Get ready to be inspired on my banner today. Growing up, she wanted to be a model and a TV presenter. But by age 12, she realized her first patches or spots. Now at 23, Enam has found confidence in her condition. That's the young lady I'm talking about. I had a conversation with her, and here's a playback of that. Enam, thank you for agreeing to speak to us.
Thank you for having me on board, and also thanks to Promise Ghana for partnering with us and also having us to speak with you.
So this condition that you have, vitiligo, what do you understand about it?
Well, vitiligo in simple terms is just the destruction of the melanocytes resulting to the white patches. So basically that's vitiligo, the destruction of the melanocyte. The melanocyte is a pigment cell, or the melanin. The melanin gives us our skin color, but in this case there is a destruction of it leading to the white patches. So that is vitiligo.
How old are you?
I'm 23 years of age. Yeah.
When did you realize your skin color was changing?
Well, that was when I was a kid, 12 years. Initially, it just occurred at my left arm, just as a patch, and we thought it was a birthmark until it started spreading. And then we've been to several hospitals in and outside Ghana, but there is no specific diagnosis as to what it is. So we term it like a birthmark from the beginning, and then as I'm growing up, it kept spreading and being to several hospitals. We were not able to have a perfect diagnosis. Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the color of your skin before 12 years?
It was a uniform color, all black, or shall I say chocolate? Yeah, a uniform color, as in a normal uniform chocolate black color. Yeah.
And now it has changed to what you have today?
Yes, and now it has changed to vitiligo. Yeah.
I mean, for somebody like me, it's a bit strange because I'm trying to make sense out of it. Have you tried finding some answers just beyond you thought it was a birthmark?
Yes, I do, together with my family. You know, when I realized the first patch, my family and I, we've been to hospitals, and even that there was no diagnosis for it. But some people specify it to so many things, like bangs, acid, witchcraft, a lot of things. So we went beyond to actually know what it was, and unfortunately the doctors did not give us a specific diagnosis. All they can say is there is nothing wrong with me, there is nothing under my skin is okay, my skin is perfect.
So how is growing up like? You went to school normal?
I would say going to school, let me say my JHS and my SHS was a very terrible experience, because at the beginning the acceptance was not there. People don't have the idea to what vitiligo is, so they stigmatize a lot about it. They don't want to accept, as in you walk into a classroom, your mate doesn't want to sit beside you, your mate doesn't want to shake hands with you, or even when it's break time or break hours, you not see me hanging around with them because they are all afraid. They do stigmatize, say a lot of things about it. So my experience way back in JHS was a very terrible one. Back then I don't have any friends because of it. I always do my stuff alone, cry alone and all that. And SHS was a bit okay for me because I met this lady. She was everything. We knew each other from JHS, but then she's close to other friends. But when we met at SHS, she became my close friend. I do everything with her. She was the only friend I'm having till date. Everywhere you see us, occasions you see us.
So what's the difference? Because she understands you?
Yes, because she understands what it is. I can't really tell, but she gives me that feeling, like that kind of belongingness. you know, with my family and her. They give me that kind of belongingness. You feel at ease and comfortable. You know, you not feel any different. Like you're not feel stigmatized. That is the kind of feeling I had with her and my family. They were just so much encouraging, so much supportive, and it's been really good with her.
Yeah. And I can imagine what you have been through and perhaps what you continue to go through. How is it like for you? I mean, how have you handled yourself? How have you gotten over all the things that people perhaps say?
Well, it's been a very tough experience for me. Even now, it is a tough experience. You know, one thing about it is I learned to accept myself. I learned to embrace myself.
But how did you get to that point?
Well, I met this lady way back. I was in the hostel in SHS. I don't know anything about vitiligo, even though we term it as a birthmark because initially we don't have a diagnosis for it. I was at a hostel then, and a lady walked in. She was sharing the flyers about some program, and then she walked in. And that was when I got to know about vitiligo and the other programs and all. She introduced me to the founder of Vitiligo in West Africa, Ogo Madiosi. She's currently our coordinator, La Violet. She introduced me. She educates me on what it is. And from there, I picked it up. I started to research more about it. I started to know things further to actually embrace myself with it. Yes, because basically that to be a nurse wasn't what I want to be. But growing up and then looking at the challenges, I decided to switch to nursing.
What did you want to be initially?
Yeah, I wanted to be a model and a TV presenter. But while growing up and then the acceptance wasn't there, I began to have that inferiority complex that, okay, you can't make it. This skin is not going to hold you for a TV presenter or whatever. So I switched to nursing. I wanted to know more health-wise. I wanted to research. I wanted to know within my territory what actually is happening to me, what actually is vitiligo, what actually it is that you feel so depressed, you feel so psychological down. That was when I switched to nursing after completing it.
Has it helped?
A lot. It's I don't know. It's a great feeling moving to that side, even though that wasn't what I want to become.
Are you able to practice though?
Yes. It is a worthwhile experience for me.
What do patients say?
Well, I'm now a graduate nurse currently posted to Who West. Initially during my clinicals way back in school, patients felt a little bit distant. But whenever that happens, I kind of educate them on it. I try to, okay, look, this is vitiligo. It's not contagious. So they began to have that more understanding to it, and they also allow me to attend to them. You know, most of the times people feel it's contagious, so they don't want you to even touch them. But the more you educate, the more you try to educate people on it, that is when they begin to embrace it. That is when they begin to fall. So way back clinicals, at the initial, it was difficult, but educating and then telling patients about it really helps. Yeah, on the word.
You know you can conceal it.
Yes,
with a lot of makeup.
A lot of makeup.
Why haven't you done so?
That is one treatment aspect of vitiligo. You know, growing up, looking at my experience, my challenges, I was like, okay, if someone will also be like this and feel more depressed, feel more down to the extent of going to commit suicide and all that, okay, I'm not going to use any cosmetic. I'm not going to use anything. I'm just going to be like this in order to educate, in order to inspire someone out there. Because at the moment, we don't have data on individuals with vitiligo in Ghana Health Service, the data of Ghana Health Service. So I just feel like, okay, this is who I am. because I do make a lot of difference. And I believe in this saying that whom you are makes a difference. That is why I didn't make any choice to use concealers or makeups to cover up my face or any of that. I really want to inspire people. I really want to empower someone that, hey, within your situation or in that situation that you found yourself, there is something that you can't even imagine, but exposing an inspiration to people out there. So just be you, be who you are. That is what I embraced myself. I said, okay, no makeup.
What was the craziest thing you've tried to do to change the condition?
The craziest, I actually want to go for pigmentation to be all white. Yes, I spoke with the founder of Vitiligo in West Africa, Agomadosi, and she was like, okay. The dermatologist was like, because due to our weather condition in Africa, it's not favorable for me to do that, to become all white. And I agreed with her, and my contact with my dermatologist, we all came into terms that, okay, since the weather condition wasn't favorable, it's okay, it's all good.
Would you still want to change how your skin looks today?
No.
Really? If you had the opportunity, I mean, if somebody said, listen, I could let you have a perfect skin.
No, I won't change it. Because I came to realize that in every situation, like whom you are, it really makes a difference. In every situation, there's something that's in it that can really inspire people. Yes. So I won't change it for anything. I really want to empower some, because people are not coming out. It's a very devastating nature of it. So people are not coming out. So I won't change it for anything. I really want to inspire people, to empower someone that, hey, in your situation, you can really inspire someone. Yeah.
So what's your dream? Eventually, Enam, what do you want to see happen to you? Not only in terms of the condition, but your personal life. I mean, do you want to be married and have children someday?
Hey, who don't want to get married? Yes, yeah, I really would love to get married, have children, all that. Everyone wants to get married, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. But do you worry, for instance, that the guy of your dreams may not come forward?
Initially, that was my worry, but now I'm okay.
What changed?
Because I embrace myself. I don't care if you don't accept me. I accept myself. I accept who I am. So
you're not locked up in your room alone sometimes, and then you cry. You're saying that you've gotten over all that?
I do at times. That's what I'm saying. I do at times, locked up in my room.
And what do you say? I don't know. I want to get into that room, that locked up room of yours. What do you say? Do you ask God questions?
Initially, I do ask a lot of questions. Oh God, why me? Why should I have to be like this? Why is this happening to me? But now, at times I locked myself in the room, cry. Okay, if I can feel like this, how about other people that are not coming out? How about other people that have the same conditions but don't have the resources?
Or even the support?
Yes, the resources to get over it. Because it involves a lot. With vitiligo, it involves a lot. So I do ask so many, at times, though, you can't say all is perfect. No, all is not perfect.
Do you ask mommy and daddy questions?
A lot.
What do you ask them?
Why should I have to be like this? Why did you... Oh my. Yes, why should I have to be like this?
What's the answer?
At times, you don't want to see them. It's always emotional. Like, don't worry, it's okay. Yes.
Anybody in your family with a condition too?
Yeah. My great auntie was having vitiligo. So my vitiligo is a hereditary or genetic type. And my brother, the one I'm following directly, Honya Gideon Elom, is also having vitiligo.
Okay.
Yes.
But what does he say?
He's always...
Is he as brave as you are?
No, he's always shy. He's always down. Because he is not having it at the beginning. I was the only one having it from the scratch. But seeing me with all those difficulties and challenges, and when he realized his first patch, oh my, you don't want to know. I don't know, he felt so depressed and all. Yeah.
Amazing. So how are you moving on? I mean, how's it like a normal day in your life? Like, do you do girly stuff?
Well, oh my, normal day stuff. I'm all me, doing me. I don't know. I don't have much friends. Like I said earlier on, I have, even though I have mates, I might have mates, colleagues, but that kind of friendship stuff, no, I don't. What I have to do in the day, my purpose or my target is to fulfill that in a day. That's all. I don't do this, girls.
What do you miss doing? What do you miss doing that if you had the opportunity, you know, like you'd feel free and do it?
Like hanging out with kids, like during my infancy, like you see kids doing their own thing, playing together and all that. Yeah.
You didn't get to do that?
No, I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do all those things. Play. Oh, I didn't get to do that.
Amazing. And I'm surprised that, you know, you still can talk. You're brave.
Thank you. Yes, it is by His grace. Like I said, in every situation, the more you found yourself, the more you embrace yourself, the more you accept yourself, and you seek the God factor. That is when you begin to have that imaginable strength to actually project. You might not know of it, but because of the God factor you have, you'll be able to project out there. Yeah.
So eventually, what do you understand that your skin is going to look like?
Well, it can be gradually, it can be all white because mine is 80 to 85%. So I can either decide to have a surgery or to go for the pigmentation to be all white.
Are you still considering the all white?
No, I'm not considering it, but it can gradually turn on its own.
Because I'm looking at you.
On my finger, yes. It can actually turn all white on its own. Yes. Yeah.
But if it does, then so be it.
Yes. But considering the other therapies, no. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Listen, thank you for sharing your story with us. I'm grateful.
We are also grateful for having us on board. That is what Vitiligo Support Group Ghana is all about. We aim to inspire, educate, and empower people out there, as well as we want to say a big thank you to Promise Ghana for also partnering with us, having us on board, having us to also educate and create awareness on vitiligo. So a big kudos to Promise Ghana, and a very big thank you to all the team members, Vitiligo Support Group Ghana. They are doing a lot. I really admire their efforts.
Do you itch?
No, vitiligo does not itch. It doesn't pain. It doesn't do anything unless you expose yourself to the sun.
Okay.
That is when you have burns. Like you have the pain. You feel the pain.
So you don't go out when the sun is out?
One of the therapies for vitiligo, you can use sunscreens. You can use unconventional therapy. That is, you can be on the supplements, the vitamins like the B12, the folic acid, and all. Yeah, so one good aspect of it is you can use sunscreen to protect yourself from the direct sun rays.
So one of the other things is people probably thinking this is albinism.
Yeah, people relate it to albinism or leprosy.
Okay.
Yes. One of our coordinator, our chief executive director, La Violet, her diagnosis back then was a leprosy. You can imagine, that was a wrong diagnosis. And she felt very terrible about it. People normally relate it to albinism or leprosy. which is a very wrongful diagnosis.
And thank you for agreeing to speak to us. All right, it's exactly 40 minutes after 7. That's Enam sharing her story with us. She was really brave in doing so yesterday as I sat with her. But joining me in studio now is Dr. Linda Vanuatu. She's a Greater Accra Director, Ghana Health Service, and I'm happy to have her with me today. Thank you for your time.
Welcome. My pleasure.
I don't know where to start from. But if you have vitiligo, I mean, what kind of support system do you need around you?
Well, first of all, good morning to you and good morning to everybody. The first support I believe you need is the emotional one. A kind of support that will help you to accept the situation that you find yourself in. You realize that they said it's a condition. It's not, we don't refer to it as a disease. Because if you talk about diseases, then of course, the people suffering from that particular condition see themselves as not able to perform certain functions. So this needs a lot of support. Psychological, emotional, physical, everything that you can give for this person to realize that I am a human being. I'm capable of doing things that people who are called normal can also do.
Was she just being brave on camera?
Well, I think that she has gone through the processes. She's not yet there at the end where you can say that she's got all that she needs. But I think it's not just about being brave on camera, but she's being brave from within. So you can see that this is something that she's trying to overcome. And now she's moving on with her life.
How common or do you see these cases frequently? Do we have them in Ghana? I mean,
we have them in Ghana. But I wouldn't say that they are as common as you would find, for example, malaria or even somebody with hypertension. And if you look through our records, the statistics that we churn out, we don't have it stated that we had so many people coming to the hospital with vitiligo because they had vitiligo. You know, we actually put our data together. We look at our statistics to look at what people came to the hospital with, either on OPD basis or for admission. And we don't have that as one of the listed reasons why people came to the hospital.
Okay, so, you know, I'm still trying to find answers. What did she do? What did her parents do or not do?
She didn't do anything. From her story, she said that her great-grand-aunt had it. So she has seen that it's genetic, which means that her parents couldn't have stopped it. She couldn't have stopped it either. It was something that expressed itself later on in life. She also said that her brother has it. And he also did not do anything wrong. So it means that it was there and it's now manifesting. If it is something that is to do with the environment, then you can say that probably you went to the wrong place at the wrong time or something, and that affected you. But she didn't have any control over that. So that is what happened.
Is there a certain test that you can carry on yourself to know that I carry this gene, this could exhibit itself someday?
Well, we have genetics and we have the science and study of genes, where people can look. For example, if somebody has a particular condition and that person delivers or has a sibling or somebody else within the family, they can do a test with the genes to find out whether it will express itself in future. But we don't have that as a common thing here, where you can just walk into the hospital and have that done. That entails a lot. Yes.
Enam is very brave. She touched all of us, and I know that people who have watched her tell her story this morning would be touched as well. But what kind of support can we, as people that she would come into contact with, give to her? Do we have to empathize? Do we have to be sorry for her?
We don't have to be sorry for her. You see, if you are sorry for someone, then you are trying to say that that person has some incapacity. What we need to do is to accept her and other people like her. What we need to do is to offer any kind of support that they want or they need. For example, she would like to tell a lot of people her story. And that means that she would have to move around. She would like to touch the lives of other people who have the condition. And that means probably visiting them or bringing them together, helping them to also overcome that depression or whatever negative state they find themselves in. And that will need money. That will need probably offering them a place to meet. Whatever they plan to do and what they would need to execute those activities are things that we have to support them with. So we don't have to just feel sorry for them and sit at the somewhere and say, oh, this is very sad indeed, this is very sad. I think she mentioned that some people probably become so depressed that they would maybe want to commit suicide. That means that they go to such extremes because they feel they don't have any kind of emotional support. So we have to help them, educate them, give them the necessary skills that they need to also be on their own. She has gone through school and she's now
a graduate nurse.
Yes,
that's impressive.
She's a nurse. So if somebody gets to that stage, that person can work. But of course, if this person is going to work, then the environment in which she's going to work should be friendly enough to accept her. Being a nurse, it means that she would come in contact with people who are ill. And if the general public does not accept somebody like this, then it will be very difficult for her, although she's gone through training to practice her profession. So we have to create a lot of awareness for people to know that this is not contagious. She can touch you, she can measure your blood pressure, she can come and lay your bed for you, do whatever she needs to do for you without you getting what she has. So we need a lot of public education. And then we also need to destigmatize things like that because she didn't have any control over it. So there's so much that we need to do. Yeah.
This whole condition is very sensitive, but one other important matter is marriage and children.
Yeah.
What would be possible in that instance should she get married?
She should. She should get married. Her great-grand aunt, which means that although it is genetic, it is not something that is expressing so easily. So it may be that her children would not have it, or it may be that they would have it. We can link this or compare this to sickle cell disease. You know, sickle cell disease, if I have sickle cells, my children would have it, or some of them may have half of it. So it is easier to express that way than for something like this. So she can get married, she can have children, and as I said, it is possible that it may not show in her children, but in some generations to come, or her children may have it.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do because we have some messages, and that's the selfie I took that I post that you laughed at me, you know, when I was doing it. But we have some messages on Facebook. If you want to also comment on this, just go to facebook.com/Joy News on TV and then post your comment. We'll quickly read a bit of the comments right there. Okay, but I love the picture. Okay, so a few of the comments now. Okay, let's start with this. Salifu Vasco says, thanks to Enam for her confidence to share her feeling with the public. I want her as a friend. Mensa Steven says, I once read about a model in the US who has a similar condition. Prince says, want to be her friend. Isaac Kofi Bedunyako says, may the Lord help her to get what she wants. Stephen comes, okay. I'll just skip that one. Prince Kojo says, wow, I'm speechless. Richard Zoe, is that how she was born? Richard, no, she wasn't born that way. She only realized patches when she was about 12 years. She tells her story that way. Mashud says, God is in control. I'll end with Julius Caesar, who's simply saying, well, we can read more of your messages if you send them to facebook.com/Joy News on TV. I've got Dr. Linda Vanuatu with me here. So, if you're a parent and you have children like that, what are you supposed to do?
First of all, you as a parent has to start the encouragement. You do not have to feel sorry and guilty about it because you didn't do anything wrong. If you feel that way, then you can encourage your child. Remember that she said people ask questions, and she also asked her parents questions. Why am I like this? And she said, they said it's okay. So what we need to do as a parent is to realize that this child needs your support. And I would like to state here also that the husband should not blame the wife should not blame the husband. Because and that is what happens. If they don't understand, then they will blame each other. You also have to read and know about it, or go to a health person to know more about that. There's so much information out there, so you can read and know how to handle such a situation, but do not feel guilty. If you let your child feel that, look, I look this way, but I'm still a marvelous somebody, I'm somebody who can do all that I need to do. When she gets out there and somebody makes a comment, she will remember what the parents have told her or him and feel confident. When she comes back home and says that when I went to school, nobody wanted to play with me or nobody wanted to sit by me, don't let her feel sorry. Let her still feel that she is still strong. And then if you find that it is beyond you, seek help. That's when you can go to a counselor, you can go to somebody looking at that child's age to talk to this person and encourage that person, give all the support that you can for this child to go to school or do whatever he or she wants to do. I think that will be a good thing to do. Every day, let her feel that she is strong. And also support her spiritually. If you let her know that God loves you, God created you in his own image, he loves you as you are, he is the ultimate. Let her feel that if nobody loves him or her, the ultimate loves him or her, and that will encourage this person. Never feel sorry in the child's presence. Never say that, oh, you would have been more beautiful if it had not been for this. If this child wears a dress, let her feel how good she looks in that dress. So give all the encouragement that you can, whilst you stay strong.
Okay. So what support systems are there? I know that you've mentioned, I'm talking about institutional support systems now. You've mentioned the family, what friends, people like us, as she comes into contact with us. But if you take the health service, for instance, what is available?
Well, the health service, we have the mental health unit, which deals with support, emotional support. And the mental health is not just about, pardon me, people who are supposed to be mad. No, we offer support. So we have services like that. It may not necessarily be that this is set up only for vitiligo, but we have psychologists, we have clinical psychologists, and then we also have trained counselors who can counsel you based on whatever condition you have. So those services are available, and one can use those services. If you are not sure what to do, you can go to any hospital, you can ask for, we always have a medical superintendent in charge, and he or she would be the one to direct you. You can go to the hospital, talk to this person. It may not just be for vitiligo, but if you need any health counseling, you can do that. Or if you find a public health unit, you can also go there and do that. We even have private providers who also offer such services. So the health sector has that aspect of health which we give.
So vitiligo is not curable?
Well, in this state, you know, there are so many things that it's said could be done. Taking off the dark part and leaving the white. All of them have their side effects, if you like.
Let me
but you cannot give treatment that giving you medication for it to turn all brown again and all that.
Okay. Let me speak to Patrick, who's joining us from Navrongo, and then we'll continue briefly. Hello, Patrick. Good morning. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much. Good.
Please go ahead. We're listening. Okay, I lost Patrick there. Let me give the opportunity for a few phone calls to come through. 0302-211-69102. 0302-211-69102. You can give us a call now. Please turn down the volume on your TV set when you do call. Dr. Vanutu, is there a place where I can just go and talk? I mean, if I want to talk or if I want to cry for a while because I have issues.
In your home?
No.
In the hospital? Yes, you can.
Is there like a facility if it's not a hospital?
Yes, we have some private, but in the hospitals, where we have a clinical psychologist, for example, you can go there, you can cry. Okay. Where we have a counselor, you can come, you share your story. If you want to cry, we give you the opportunity to cry. And then we will talk after you have finished. Because it's better to let the person bring out steam that is inside. Otherwise, if that person keeps it, the mind is very strong. It can lead you to have all other things. You can have headache, somebody will not be able to sleep or will not be able to eat because of a problem. Yes, so it is okay. You can come here.
Let me speak to Hamidu. Good morning, Hamidu. Oh, okay. Don't seem to have a stable line, but we'll try. Just keep trying. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to you before we wrap up on this one. What is that one thing that you want to leave on our minds with regards to the condition of vitiligo? I learned my first lesson yesterday. It's not a disability. It's not a disease. It's a condition.
Yes.
It doesn't prevent you from doing anything. You're normal.
Yes.
So that's the lesson that I learned. Let me speak to Ken, and then you leave yours with us. Hello, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning, ma. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Let's hear you.
Yes, sir. Please, what I want to find out from the lady or from you people is that as the lady is like that, can she get married? If she gets married, can she give birth? If she gives birth, can such protect the children or whatever?
Okay.
That's what I want to find out from you.
All right. Thank you, Ken. We talked about it, but maybe you missed it.
She can get married. She needs somebody to love her. Once a man decides that I'm going to marry this lady, she can get married. She can have children. Yes. And I explained that because hers is genetic, it is possible that her child may have it. It is also possible that that child will not.
Amen.
Because it is not her mother who has it, it is not the father who has it, but her great-grand aunt. So it may be that it will be generations after the children that would have it.
All right.
So it is possible. She can get married.
Let's speak to Frank, who is joining us from Agbogba. Hello, Frank. Good morning. Okay. Apologies there. We lost you. We'll pick one more phone call if that is possible. Jejom, good morning. Hello, Jejom. Good morning. I can hear you. Thanks for calling. Let's hear you.
I only want to say that they should give us a lot of education. They should go to workplaces, even the nurse involved. They should go to the hospital and educate the patient so that when it comes near them, they'll come closer to her. They won't be afraid of her. Because everybody can have that. That is what I want.
Okay, all right. Okay, Jejom, I think your message is clear. Thank you very much. Let's speak to Justice now. Good morning, Justice.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, welcome.
Please go ahead.
Yes, what I watched the clip and I was touched and I wanted to be a friend to the lady, so I don't know if I can leave my number because people like that need our support, need our. I mean, we have to accept them as a part of our society.
Yeah. All right, sure. Just to speak to my producer. My producer will speak to you off air, but thank you very much for lending a hand of support. I think there are support group systems, Dr. Vanutu. So how can people volunteer? I mean, what do they need from us?
They will need, as this person has just called, the support. And again, they have a plan. So they would want to share their story. They would want to offer the kind of support that people need. And people like us would also want to help them, especially for those who have become depressed and therefore have not moved on in life, to move on. So if it is necessary to talk to even their parents or talk to whoever they stay with, to let them continue to support them in their education, or if there's any way that we can also support them. If somebody wants to learn hairdressing, for example, then we should be able to lend a helping hand for that person to go through that process. But again, it's very important that the general public understands, because if you are going to a salon, you go there and this person is the one to wash your hair, would you be happy? Would you be willing for her to do that? So we need to do a lot of education and create public awareness and explain exactly what it is, and especially the fact that they are normal, they can do normal things, and it will not affect you if she touches you.
Okay. Hamidu, good morning.
Good morning, Mara.
Yes, sir. Thanks for calling. Let's hear you.
You're welcome. Yeah, please, I want to encourage the lady who was on the Twitter that if you treat people like that more and more. And again, I want to ask find out whether the situation that she has right now. I mean, if she find somebody or if she find a friend that the person wants to marry her, will she accept or whatsoever? And all the best. I want to also be her friend. That's my question.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
It is
Over
interesting that we have a lot of men wanting to be friends with. That is very good. I think that it is healthy because that will give her the encouragement. Now, one of them may be her future husband. You never know. I'm happy that men are willing to accept her, and that is very, very, very good. And I'm also happy that we have people who are willing to support them, and that is again very good. We'll be happy to have the support. Because for me, as the Regional Director of Health, and also for my interest in ensuring that people live healthy, determined lives, it would be very good if we send out the need for help, and we have so many people offering the support. I believe we can touch their lives, we can touch the lives of other people. Maybe there are even younger ones who are coming up, you know, and if they know that there is this support that is available, they will be encouraged. So I'm very happy that we have this kind of response coming in. Yeah.
Let's hit on what Jejom called and said, you know, where she's working, the environment. I think that you've been talking about us accepting them.
Yeah.
But the places of work, for instance, Enam is a nurse.
Yeah.
Is she absolutely comfortable where she's been posted to?
Yes, she trained there. You know, the Ghana Health, the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health, we have this train and retain policy. So wherever you train, if you do not want to work in that region, you can opt for transfer to another place. The region retains a portion of the number that is trained. So she did not opt to go out. She's from the Volta region, and she decided to work in the Volta region. I think she's comfortable there. With us as healthcare providers, she is accepted. We will not discriminate because we understand. So she will not be discriminated against. She will choose the area that she's interested in. She's trained as a nurse, but we have various aspects of nursing. So she will choose which one she's interested in. And she'll be treated just like we treat everybody without any discrimination. Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Let's get some more messages. Parker says she looks very beautiful. Wow, Mama V, please tell her she should be happy. Manford Okran says, is it infectious, transferable? No, it's not. Dennis says it shall all be well soon. Max Borough says God knows best. The man who will marry her will understand. She should be happy. Abdul Fatal says I have inspired you a lot. I truly like your confidence. So more like you have inspired me a lot. I love Enam. Keep it up. God bless. Okay, that's very long. Felix Delali Amenyo says, I'm glad Joy News has put up this platform to educate the public on some of the things we don't know of. She's a very brave and courageous person. It's sad to think about the other people also having the same condition, but do not have this sort of support services. This one from Desham says, don't let people say or say, don't let what people say or think about you discourage you from doing what is right in the sight of God. You have no control over what people think of you. You will not be loved by all, neither will you be hated by all. The bad things spoken by people about you out of malice or ignorance must motivate you to keep on doing what you're doing. Enam, you are brave. Thumbs up to you. But I would like to marry. I was just going to say that this message you've sent, the shams will pass for our motivation when we begin the show tomorrow. But will you marry me bits? I don't know how we can add to it. Okay, but I love the messages coming through. Francis says, I would like to marry her in future. I accept her the way she is. Oh, isn't that sweet? But it's not like she's looking for a husband. Abeye Stone says, well spoken. I wish her the best in her working field, no matter what she's in. She's in control. Okay, thank you. Oh, and here's one for you, Dr. Linda Bano, too. It's been very motivating to me since the time she was in Takoradi till now. So please, I want her to help me get a job. Oh, no. Okay, I'm not going there. But thank you very much for your message to her. Okay, so, I mean, it's positive. We're getting positive feedback. But I wanted you to leave one thing on our minds. What should we do as a people?
As individuals?
Yes.
Yes. I would want everybody to know that inside you is a hidden treasure. And that must be sought and brought out. Probably if she did not have the vitiligo, she wouldn't be so brave. She may be somewhere not known. But now she's realized that she can be brave. So everybody within you is a hidden treasure. Look for it, bring it out. It will inspire someone, it will help somebody live better.
I don't want to leave. I'm grateful for your time. Thank you so much.
My
always.
pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. That's Dr. Linda Bano too. She's the Regional Health Director, Ghana Health Service, Greater Accra Region. We hope that our conversation on this very important subject has gone down well. Pick things out of the things that we discuss. And when people share their stories, they're not just sharing their stories, but it's for us to also learn and give them the necessary support. Coming up next is AM Talk with Roland Walker. Still ahead, we'll bring you entertainment courtesy Airtel. So do stay with us. Lots of things to come.